Good night to my Trinidad and Tobago listeners and my viewers, as well as my international listeners and viewers. This is Paul Daniel Nahus of TriniRuralViews.com. I'm here today to go over the senior representative debate that was hosted last week by the Trinidad and Tobago Debates Commission. A lot of talk came out after this debate, and we'll get into that. Now that the hype has settled down a little bit, I think I can go reasonably into the issues that arise and give my opinion, at least, on the performance of the people that represented their various political organizations. I will give the first place in this to Mr. Colin Imbert, who performed exceptionally as usual. He's considered widely to be one of the best debaters in our parliament, bar his attitude, which people find a little abrasive. The fact stands of how he handled this debate as he handles his debates usually. Mr. Imbert performed exceptionally as usual in this situation, and he's very comfortable in debates. He brought out the facts, he showed a great deal of experience in knowing how the local government system works, and was well versed. I think in the end it was really his experience that led him to take number one slot in this debate, in my opinion, of course. Following in a close second was Atkins Vidal of the MSJ. Now he was cool, calm, collective. He's very young to having taken part in this, which impressed a lot of people, and rightfully so. He conducted himself in a very clear and confident manner. Some would say the MSJ took a gamble by sending someone as young as Mr. Vidal, and someone who hasn't been as exposed nationally as, say, their political leader David Abdullah or any other one of their public speakers. Where I believe he fell short was that he had a little less experience than Mr. Imbert, and it showed. And when I say experience, I don't mean in debating. He debated on par with anyone else and could debate with some of the best of them, you'd think, after this, at least in the manner he conducted himself. He lacks certain pieces of technical knowledge, which again made him come to me a close second. The third place of this, we'll give it to Dr. Suraj Rambachan for the People's Partnership Government. It was really disappointing to see how he handled this debate. He spoke a lot about transparency, he spoke about mainly stability of the government and performance. It was stability and performance. Vidal scored some points here as well, as he was able to bring experience from the MSG from when they were part of the People's Partnership Government, showing exactly how unstable this was, and even the not known Mr. Kenneth Roach came in and said, well, if it was so stable and there's a history of performance and so on, explain Shagonas West. There's a lot of different things that Dr. Rambachan didn't cover, and all his contributions end up seeming more like a paid political commercial than an actual debate. In all fairness, UNC and the COP has some much better debaters, and hopefully they will not play the fool with this and send out someone better next time to raise the quality of debate for everyone. Lastly was Kenneth Roach. He seemed to be very lost from the get-go in this. I don't know what ILP was thinking of picking him, because he did not handle this debate well. He seemed to not know what was going on in this debate. He was faulted a lot because he could not come anywhere near wrapping up whatever point he was trying to make in the allotted time. In the end, I don't think this was so much a gamble as a well thought out choice, and a very good choice for them. Now, going over how I think the debate affected the different political organizations involved in terms of maybe public perception or their position right now, I believe Colin Imbert gained a little bit of ground for the PNM in, keeping the consistent message that what the PNM is pushing now is policy, and that was a step forward. I'm not sure how much other ground was gained by it. We'll have to wait and see in local government elections. The MSJ, I believe Atkins Vidal, he really gained more credit to himself and to youth of the nation than he did to the MSG. I'm not sure if it has exactly raised the MSG's profile, although his profile has definitely been raised from this, and he was really an inspiration to a lot of young people out there. The next one is Dr. Suraj Rambachan. I think he gave more of the same rhetoric we've been hearing over and over. People didn't want to hear it, we've been fed up hearing it, and I don't think he has done any credit now to the UN to improve the UNC or the COP or whatever they want to call themselves stance on it. Mr. Kenneth Roach, I think he accurately reflected the rest of what people are saying about the ILP in terms of the incompetence of people of the party. It was very odd to see that this choice was made, because you think that Mr. Warner is no fool to political strategy. We all know that. I think there must have been a stronger candidate, a stronger person to put up somewhere to speak. I'm not sure why he chose to go this way, Mr. Roach, but he went that way and the nation turned their heads the other way. That about sums it up, for my opinion, on how the debate hosted by the Trinidad Tobago Debates Commission went. I think it was a very good step forward, especially in opening the nation to listening up to more debates, a more constructive method of getting messages out there. Even though there were some bumps in the way, the event was seamless in terms of how the event itself was executed. And I'm waiting to see the next one. I believe Tuesday there will be another debate, and we'll see how it goes from there. You can expect in a few days after that for me to release my articles on that as well. So signing off here, this is Paul Daniel Nahus, Trinidad Worldviews, keeping you in the loop.